What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Art of Collecting. I am the collector. Now in today's episode we're going to be looking at more collectible figurines, or toy soldiers if you like, from the King and Country Battle of the Bulge series. Now the set we're going to look at is called Moving Up the Line. Now let's get straight into it. So let's examine each of these figures in detail. First, we'll start with the commanding officer. We'll just move these two out of the way. And let's have a look at the commanding officer. So now this guy, he's got his beige jacket on. He's got an unshaven look about him. Give a close up, which I quite like. And he's screaming at the guys to move up the line, move up the line. And as you can see on his belt, it's quite detailed. He's got a grenade, some ammo belt, a holster for pistols, as is quite common for COs to have. A water bottle, another holster. He's got two. Oh no. One's a binoculars, and the other one is a holster for pistol and a knife, and M1 carbine. Carrying on his back. He's got his gloves, and he's shouting for his men to move forward. If you notice on his trousers, his knees, there's some sort of snow there, which is quite a good effect, remembering that the Battle of the Bulge is fought over winter in Europe. So let's move along. Second guy we'll look at is the poor chap carrying the heavy machine gun. So he's got a spade down there, and you can see from his face he's grimacing. God, this is heavy. I don't want to be here. But his CEO is shouting at him, and he's got to get a move on. He's got a netted helmet, some snow on his back, which is quite good. Water bottle, ammo belt, a holster for pistol, and as you can see again, you can see the snow, the snow effects on his trousers and his feet. So that's quite good. I thought by my standards. Let's move on to the third figure. So let's focus on the third figure. The third figure is one of the GIs that's carrying the ammo boxes. And if you look closely, he's got the long, the ammo belt slung over his shoulders. As he's trudging along the snow, he's smoking a cigarette. He's got a little bit of an unshaven look about him. Trying to get it close. Yeah, he's got a little bit unshaven look about him, but he's not having as bad a day as his friend there carrying the machine gun. But you can still tell he's not exactly happy that he's got to do this. But the CEO is shouting at him. There's a little private insignia there, so we know he's a private. He's carrying the M1 Garand, a water bottle, ammo belt, and the snow effects on his jacket is good. He's wearing this brown long trench coat type jackets. It's quite a standard issue during winter time in Europe. And all in all, it's quite a good detail figure. So what can you do with this set? Well, this set isn't quite as universal as some of the other figures I've mentioned in the past, but it's still a very, very good set. I mean, you've got the captain screaming at the guys, the CEO rather, screaming at the guys, and the guy carrying the machine gun just struggling along, and his mate just carrying the ammo boxes, just trudging along at the back there with a cigarette in his mouth. It's really cool that I had to do a YouTube video about this, but the scene that you would set up with this it's a procession scene, so soldiers moving on a line, and I'm going to show you a few examples right here. So what I have here are other King and Country miniatures that I've included to set the scene. So these are also World War II Battle of the Bulge figures from King and Country. As you can see, they're the same scale. They have the long. A lot of them have the long sort of winter trench coats with snow on them. So it really complements the Battle of the Bulge look. And it is a procession scene. It is so they are traveling on a column. So you've got the two soldiers at the front just moving along. You've got the CEO screaming at the machine gun guys to move along, and you've got a mate helping another injured mate, traveling along at the rear. So the set moving up the line, which is basically this one, and this one, fits really well in a column type scene. So the other thing I want to mention as well is that this captain guy, I mean, you actually could take him out and use him in another scene, and that it could be just screaming at people to rush up the firing line. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So as you can see, like, you know, I've got a couple of guys, these are D-Day guys, these are not Battle of the Bulge, but, you know, I mean, if you look at the captain and the way he dresses, you could pretty much use him for D-Day as well. You know, it's not a big deal. You know, you got the 3 guys up front in the firing line, and he's screaming for the other guys to rush up to the line. So, you know, you could use that as well. So you know, it's up to how you want to do it. The captain is probably the only piece in there, the only figure in there that's quite flexible, and you can use him in multiple scenarios. So there you have it. This is the Moving Up the Line set by King and Country from the Battle of the Bulge series. Now at the time of filming, I believe that this set has already been retired, so you may struggle to find this with some of the dealers, but I have seen some dealers still have stock of this, so you know, you may get lucky, who knows. Otherwise it would have to be eBay or some of the secondary marketplaces where you can get it, but it is a great set to add to your collection. So that's all for today's episode, folks. Now if you like what you see and you want to see more of this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, this is the Collector signing out.